languages, how do you stick to one genre, or do you even stick to one genre?
Yes, of course, but I must listen so much time.
Okay.
I putting my headphone, my earrings, and listen, maybe 1,000 times, and I must sing very well and good accent.
Exactly.
This is respect in other countries. For example, when I was in Madrid, the
Yep.
capital of Spain, I made an amazing music album, the unique album, the Spanish and Turkish love songs
Okay.
with Pedro Morales Higuera, one of the most popular singer of
Exactly.
Spain. And then this music album was very popular in Latin America now.
Wow, that's great.
I went to Latin America's countries, Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay, Uruguay, Chile,
So you've
Mexico.
been all over the world,
So all the radios
Yeah.
playing my songs there now.
Wow, that's great.
It's
and
very nice.
How do you feel to be an international star?
I see myself just a singer, just a singer, because I want to give the love to people,
Exactly.
and situation is so completely different. The people are feeling like a member of their family,
Yeah.
because star life is very far away.
Yeah, it can be tricky as well.
Stars is unique, and living alone, nobody touch you, but everybody touch me.
Yes.
Because I love to hug people.
Well,
I
that's
want
great.
to help people.
Well, that's great. And since you've mentioned about love, so what about love in your life? I mean, I don't know whether you're married or not, so I'm actually going to ask you, do you have somebody whom you love as well? Because you definitely share the love with all the people out there with your music, but then you obviously need a companion in life.
Yeah.
What about that?
Especially, I'm so sensitive, so emotional guy. And then every time I say in my concerts, my name is Love.
Yeah.
My identity card number name is Ersin Faikzadeh, because if you feel deeply in your heart the love, you can sing and you can help the other people. You can reach all the world.
Yeah.
Because I try to hug all the world people.
That's great.
It's I don't interest religion, nationality, race. I don't interest with
And
them.
it's great.
Because we are human.
Yes.
We must be love each other so much.
That's a great answer. I like it, but my question is still there. So obviously, if you, I like this concept, and everybody who's on television, even me, anybody else, we are here because of the people out there, because they want to see us, right?
Yeah.
And we definitely love them, we hug them, whatnot. But then there's this one person who comes into your life, and she's really worried about you hugging other people. She does not like it. Do you have that person in your life?
And yes, I have.
Wow, that's great. It's out.
thank
Well, so when you think about her, do you actually write songs when you think about her? Have you ever done that?
Yes, of course. If you have got the love, it's real, truly love.
Yeah.
This love give you energy.
So are
must
you going to
do
share
it.
that energy with all of our viewers as well? Are you going to sing something of that
Yes,
sort?
of course.
Oh, go ahead. Let's do that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a hug from Ersin Faikzad over here on Wall This Morning. Let's do that.
I would like to sing very emotional love songs, but Farsi.
All right, Farsi, Persian. We love Persian.
Yes, I think and Pakistani lovers and friends and followers understand this song. Name is Sultane Galba.
Sultane Galiba.
You mean?
Yep.
You understand what's the mean Sultane Galba?
Sultane
The Sultan
Galiba
of
means that
my heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that.
یه می که برام یه می که نارم تادت نداره دلم بی تو چه کنم پیش عشق زیبا خیلی کوچیکه دنیا با تو هم هر جو terk mekonam Sultan galbem تو هستی در حوزه های دلم رو شکستی پیمانی یارید قلبم تو بستی با من پیوستی هگنون اگر استدورن به هر جو بر یار دیگر نبندم دلم رو سرشارم از آرزو و تمنا ای یار ای یار ای یار hey زیبا
Wow, that was fantastic and fabulous as well. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Harrison Faizad for all of you people. It was a love song, ladies and gentlemen, and he sang this song because of the fact that he's got love in his life as well, and the love in his life is all of those people who are out there who are listening to us and who love the type of work he does as well. But very quickly, thank you very much, and you know,
thank you.
it was superb. It was great.
And I want to say thank you teşekkür میکنم
Tashakkur,
Farsi.
Tashakkur. Thank you very much for coming. It's truly an honor to have you over here on the show. But you know, there are two things now I need to ask before we wrap up this segment.
Yes.
So you're here to see your mentor, right? How important do you see it is for people to have a mentor in life?
The people affect me so much because I watching the people all over the world.
Yep.
But usually the world knows and my country knows I giving so much charity concert.
Yep.
And also I gave charity concert in Islamabad and Lahore 2 years ago. I watch the people and what they suffering, what they living each other.
Yep.
If you give the concert, it's very easy. The people take your ticket, is coming and enjoy.
Exactly.
But you don't know the people what they living.
Yes.
The real life, the truly life.
Exactly.
And I wanna touch them.
Wow.
I watching them, what they doing, and I try to make help.
And with these amazing vocals, you're definitely touching them, and I think
you so
that it was great to have you over here on the show too, Harrison. It was
you so, so
wonderful.
much.
And whenever you come back, you know, this is your show.
Yes,
Just
thank
let us know. You'll always be here, and we would love to hear your newer songs as well. So, what about your future endeavors? What are you
Yes,
doing?
I will make a Urdu and Turkish duet. It's
Okay.
very special name, with very special name.
Really?
Yes.
Are you going to
It's a
give away the
surprise.
name? Are you going to give away the name?
Okay, I can give Zeip.
Zabe?
Zeip.
Zabe.
Yeah,
Or-
Pakistani amazing singer Zeip. She's like my sister.
all right.
Because bride of Professor Malik Hussein Mubashir and my spiritual father, and we will decide a very good song soon.
Well, that's
And
just...
also I will sing soon Tu Kuja Man Kuja.
Tu Kuja Man
I
Kuja.
like
Wow,
so
that's-
much this song.
That's
Yes.
wonderful. Wow, it's just great, ladies and gentlemen. I think that the world actually needs a larger number of people like him, because these are the people who are actually spreading love, irrespective of the fact that what's going on in the world. And I think that this is what everybody needs to do, and everybody needs to learn from people who've actually taken out time to go to different or visit different countries, learn their music, and then come up with something nice or do it. And I think that it's a wonderful thing. And I would, in fact, invite our Pakistani singers and musicians to actually do that too as well. I mean, travel abroad, do like duets with other people from other countries as well. And the world has got a lot of work and music and art to share with the rest of the world. Thank you very much, Harrison,
Thank you
for
so,
being
so
with
much.
us. And do you want to say anything before
I
we
want
wrap?
to say Urdu sentence.
Sure,
I
go
write
ahead.
this. I take this later. मैं पाकिस्तान से बाहर बिहार करता हूँ.
वाह, हम भी तुर्की से बहुत प्यार करते हैं, हम भी तुर्की से बहुत प्यार करते हैं, और तुर्की से आने वाले सभी भाइयों बहनों और मेहमानों का खैर मकदम करते हैं. So we love you back too as well. Thank you very
We
much for
love
being
you
with us.
so
I'm
much,
not going to let
Pakistan.
you go. Okay, so once I'm going to wrap up the show, we're going to have a private session as well. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all about love, and it's all about how you think that you can actually comfort other people. Some people actually get comfort when they listen to a good song. Some people get comfort when they hug a friend. Some people get comfortable when they actually talk things out with their parents. So it's always different, but I think that the world has got a lot of love to share. And once you start sharing love, I think that the rest of the people are going to be more healthier, because it takes away stress. We're going for a short break. Don't go anywhere, because when you guys will come back, we're actually going to talk about how to be a healthy being. Or is it even possible? Let's talk about it. Good morning. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. For everybody who just got tuned into PTV World, you watching World this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, earlier we were in conversation with the Diamond Boy of Turkey. His name is Ersin Faikzad. He sang a song as well, and then we shared one of his music video. Unfortunately, we didn't have that much time to discuss why he was here in Pakistan. We touched upon it a little, but he's here to spread love, and we are here to accept all the love people have to share with us. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, while we were about to go for the break, I said that music actually heals quite a lot, and I think that music for me is a life-saving drug. So whenever I feel like that I want to be happy, I will listen to a happy song. Whenever I feel like as if I probably feel like crying, lonely out there for a drive, listen to a song by Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan Sahab as well. Cry a little, and you get these mood swings as well when you listen to music. But other than that, you can only be happy or you can only be sad only if you're healthy. Because if you're not healthy, you cannot be happy at all. And how can you be healthy if you cannot actually afford medicines? So, well, this is something which we wanted to pick up. Ladies and gentlemen, there's this new concept of health mapping. And it's a very different concept. I know that, relatively for Pakistanis, it's a newer concept, but it has been in the discussion, it has been in the pipeline for a longer period of time. What is it? That's something which we want to talk about. But other than that, so in November 2018, Supreme Court actually gave the decision that, pharmaceutical companies can actually increase the prices. But then eventually what happened that in 2019, 45,000 plus medicines were actually, their prices were increased up to 15%. And then 460 roughly life-saving medicines price was increased by 200%. So now the only thing which I think of is that, okay, Panadol or paracetamol or drugs like these, they are life-saving drugs to me. That's how I think about it, because when you're sick, that's what you need. But other than that, for people who are actually in life-threatening situations, how do you think that they can actually afford with the same money which they have to spend, but the price hike is actually up to 200%? And then other than that, there were some pharmaceutical companies, and I'm quoting International, the news over here. I've got the entire article with me. Ladies and gentlemen, it was published because I know that there can be aftermath to all of what I'm saying. So it was published on April 8th, 2019. So what do you think that where are we heading? I mean, with all of these price hikes, I know that this is a tough time for Pakistan and our leadership is taking the right decisions. We're going in the right direction. But I think that there needs to be a little bit of relaxation for people out there. Me myself, being a cancer survivor, I still know that, nobody can actually afford the medication for cancers. I'm a blood cancer survivor, and for just 1 month, I think 400,000 rupees are supposed to be paid. There are other institutions who actually help me to get my medicine. So this is the state of affair. I want everybody to be aware of that. But to talk about all of these things, let's be hopeful in the first place. Let me bring back a smile, thinking of what I did in the morning. So on my right-hand side, ladies and gentlemen, We have been joined by somebody who's actually Director of Pharmacy, Hamdard University, Islamabad. She's none other than Professor Dr. Madiha Malik. Hello, Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
I'm very good. Walaikum assalam, and I'm good.
Thank you very much for joining us. It's wonderful to have you. I like the dimple. And alongside Professor Dr. Madiha, ladies and gentlemen, we have been joined by somebody who's very smart, who's very vibrant. And he was there when I was actually getting a ticket from the traffic police. He was in a car behind me, never stopped to actually ask or never bothered to ask for help as well. He's none other than Mr. Asif Nazir. He's a business unit manager himself. Hello, sir. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Walaikum salam. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining us. So I'm going to come down to where I want to talk about the price hikes, but let's talk about health mapping in the first place. What is it?
Okay. Shazad, I have been listening to all those, complaints regarding the prices and everything.
Yeah.
It's totally true. But we need to understand one thing, that there is a process of, everything. Things don't happen overnight.
Exactly.
So there is a concept.
But it looks like that as if it's happening overnight because of the fact that in last 40 years, such a price hike never took place. So it's
Exactly.
happening overnight.
Yeah, but I am actually talking about the intervention side.
Yep, go ahead.
So we need to settle those things, and there is a process behind it, how to tackle them.
Yeah.
So there is a new concept of health mapping. There is an organization which is Eurocall, and it is an international organization. Basically, it originated back in 1887 with 7 countries, and they started healthcare evaluation systems for the world.
All right.
And now 90 countries have been the member of Eurocall. And you would be glad to know that we have bidded the pilot study for health modeling for Pakistan, and we won the study.
Wow.
We got the pilot funding for that, and now we have taken Government of Pakistan Planning Commission on board for that. And probably we will be starting our full-scale study from August. And probably the major problem with Pakistan, when I went to US last year as a visiting professor to Illinois University, Chicago, I sat with the guy who was, all the idea behind the HTA for the world and everything. And I started, talking to him, and I said that, how come that you people are, so much vibrant in your healthcare system, but we are not, we are not being able to address the issues of drug pricing and all those concepts. So he said that there is a concept of health mapping. So basically it started back from there.
Okay.
And he told me that, what are your value sets? So I said that Pakistan has no value sets, and we are being, doing our health planning on the basis of hypothetical data by WHO. So he said, no, there is the problem.
Yeah.
So you need to develop the population norms and value sets and utility index for your population. So in that case, all your interventions in health policy and pricing would be. So I was okay. So I, just sat over there and said, okay, like nobody thought about it because we were not treating the root cause.
Exactly.
So I said that, okay, I'm very much, interested in doing so. So he said that, okay, we are ready to help you out. So we bid for the study, and you would be happy to know that India did not get that study, and we were being funded for that.
Yeah.
I went to Amsterdam for the training purpose, and now I'm their official Eurocall expert for Pakistan.
Wow.
And then we developed a model for Pakistan in the pilot, and I went to Asia Academy meeting in June, China, and I presented Pakistan model over there.
Wow.
And you would be glad to know that it's a process that we are already into it, and I am sure that after 2 years I would be sitting here and you would not be talking about me that how we will be regulating our prices and all.
Yeah. Okay, that's great, but I just do not want it to be after 2 years. I want it to be after 2 months probably, or 6 months. As soon as we can do it, I think it will be beneficial for people of Pakistan.
Yes.
That's why we get together over here and we sit over here. That's great. But I'm still a little confused about health mapping. I mean, is it just the value system? What kind of indices are we coming up with? Can you please elaborate?
Yeah, sure. Actually, the thing is that, the West or the all around the world, the models for healthcare has been shifted to patient-centric models. Okay. And we are using the clinical data for, evaluating our healthcare interventions and programs. Right. So this was the biggest loop in the system, because of which we are not.
Because we weren't aware of the situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why we are not able to, target the right areas and, design the healthcare interventions. Okay. So now, after developing our population norms, basically population norms is a you can say normative data. Okay. It is that what your population prefer for health. It's basically based on quality of.
I want to know that. So what do people prefer?
Yeah, I'm telling you that.
I think we just prefer to live. That's
yeah,
it.
That's the
yeah, honestly.
that's the basic difference where all the problems start from. Basically, it's a concept of quality of life.
Oh, yes.
So when we would be moving towards the patient-centric models, that would be totally based on quality of life. And quality of life includes all the indicators, the physical, the mental, the social, the happiness index and everything. So when you would be planning your next healthcare, policies
Yeah.
and drug policies on the basis of patient-centric
You'll be
models.
thinking about us.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, that's great.
And then, then we can go, we can launch this concept into the intervention system, like for cancer treatments. We would be able to identify the most cost-effective interventions for different diseases.
That's great.
Like if I
Can you please do it a little quicker? Yeah.
actually, Siddharth, there is a protocol for everything,
Yeah.
so we need to follow that. But the good thing is that we have identified the root cause and we are on it.
Well, that's great. And I think that it's a great start, ladies and gentlemen, because for the past, I don't know how many years, I don't think that the governments were actually even interested in knowing whether the population was healthy enough or not. But now, so coming on to you now. So for a country like Pakistan, where we know that the figures of consensus aren't right, do you think that the health mapping can actually be so up to date and correct that it's going to do wonders for people who, and they're claiming that it's going to be the patient-centric kind of treatment as well. Do you think it's going to work?
Yes, I believe that it's going to be a
Because we
wonderful.
still have
because-
women in our rural areas who actually
Yes.
deliver babies at their places.
Because I believe that if, as Dr. Sabha said, that the people like Dr. Madhiya, if they're working and having this kind of vision, I'm sure, I'm very optimistic. But let's talk about what's going on right now.
Yeah.
So the basic responsibility of the healthcare system, any healthcare system, is to provide accessible, safe, quality, and timely healthcare services to the people.
Exactly.
We are in Islamabad, and if we talk about twin cities, the population of Rawalpindi, Islamabad is around 5 million or slightly more than
yes.
5 million. And
The last time I checked on Islamabad, I think it was somewhere around 2.2, 2.5 million people.
make it 5.5 or 6 million Rawalpindi, Islamabad. As far as I remember, for the last 10, 15 years, the hospitals like PIMS,
Yeah.
Polyclinic,
Yep.
Holy Family Hospitals,
Yep.
BBH, DHQ, 6 million for 6 million people. And I'm not adding the peripheries, the Kohouta and the Siala and the Attack and all these people. They're coming from different peripheries to these hospitals. So these 4 or 5 hours, we could not develop, the more hospitals actually. And what happens is a patient comes from these peripheries early in the morning. There is a big queue in hospitals. They've been referred to the different OPDs. Hundreds of patients are there. The doctors are our burden. Then they are referred to the consultants. Consultants are overloaded. Then they've been referred to the different diagnostics, lab investigations, the ultrasound, the MRI, and the CT scans. We don't have that much developed facilities. And for indoor, if you practically go to these hospitals, you would find out that the patients are, down on the corridor as well.
Yep.
So this is practically right now going on. This mapping and all this vision is wonderful because we cannot move ahead without having a scientific and research-based approach. But practically this is going on. And if we just look at the patient satisfaction right now, means honestly it's nowhere. Means what they're actually expecting from healthcare system and what values they are getting right now,
Exactly.
both in public sector and in the private sector. Means we have talked about the public sector. If you talk about the private sector, we are in Islamabad, the best place in our country. You talk about the private hospitals, what's happening there?
Yeah.
Means honestly, I cannot pay my 2 days visit to a single hospital.
Yeah.
Means they are charging per day charges are more than 5-star hotels.
Exactly.
And nobody is there to take care of.
Just went through it recently as well. So I had a little surgery.
So practically this is going
Yeah.
on.
Sorry, there was a glitch, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, go on. So what I wanted to share over here was that first things first, I think what we need to accept is that, I had an experience of going to PIMS over here in Islamabad, ladies and gentlemen. It's a government hospital. And believe me that, I definitely got treated for free. I only had to pay 5 rupees. That's what it was. Whatever x-rays or whatever they had to do with me, they did it, and it was for free. And I didn't actually have to call anybody. So first things first, people actually need to go and visit for themselves. But I have got a very different question over here. Now, what I want to ask is that, health mapping, it's a great system, and we know that that's the direction we need to work in. But I think that the rest of the world is actually working on prevention is better than cure. I mean, for example, talking about sanitation, talking about clean drinking water, talking about, you know, just cleanliness and hygiene. So they're ranked quite higher in terms of those indices as well. Do you think that we actually are working in that direction as well, where we talk about prevention, where we go raise awarenesses about different diseases?
Okay, Shilad, I would just like to add one thing before answering to this question. When I talk about the concept of health mapping, it is like currently there we have like 80% out-of-pocket spending.
Okay.
So government is only being able to give health coverage to 20% of the population right now in Pakistan.
That's it.
So if I talk about, I'll give you an example of Turkey. Back in 2012.
Oh, we've got a guest from Turkey.
Yeah, that's why I'm giving an example of Turkey.
Yeah.
Back in 2012, their health coverage was 60%. And now in 2019, their health coverage is 98%.
Because they're so dedicated towards it.
Exactly. But you know, the point to which I am referring is that when we are going to address the issues, we are also like this healthcare mapping, the healthcare model for Pakistan will help us to set an health technology assessment system, which in turn will be able to produce, to tell us that which appropriate technology is required in the healthcare system of Pakistan, which is the most cost-effective interventions, and then we would be able to give healthcare coverage to most of the population, and we can raise this 80% out-of-pocket spending back to, you know, somewhere like 60% in the next 2 years.
Exactly.
I'll give you an example of the document which has been produced by the Health Ministry, that is the INSAF program for Pakistan.
Okay.
I have not come across the best document ever in my life.
Wow.
It is so well
What does it say?
articulated. It's basically it is addressing.
Are you
on-
allowed to share that?
Actually, I'll just I'll just give you highlights about
Sure.
that. Basically, it is also addressing all the health issues as well as the issues which you have already highlighted.
All right.
So the poverty, sanitation,
Exactly.
everything, hygiene. So if it is going to implement in Pakistan, I think I'm very
It will
positive
work.
about. And I'm very positive about.
And that's great. And I think that this is high time, ladies and gentlemen, because we are a youth-centric country and we do not want our youngsters to actually get ill because we are the ones who have to work, you know, every single day. So yeah, we want to be healthy. And ladies and gentlemen, it's not even easy to stay healthy away in Pakistan, let me tell you these days, because I'm going to the gym. You know, there's so many things you have to eat, you know, eggs and diet and whatnot. And roughly, I was estimating it actually takes 50 to 60,000 rupees a month, whatever you eat, to get this kind of a build. I mean, it's not that much of a build as well, so imagine how expensive it can be to be more fitter. But right now, we've got this segment. It is an amazing segment. We share a picture, and whatever thought comes to your head, you are supposed to actually share it with us. So, Asif, I'm going to start with you. So, can we have the picture, please? Go ahead. Yeah, the picture is going to be here. Yes. What do you have to say about this picture?
I believe that it is. It's about the freedom,
Okay.
and it's about taking care of. This picture is even beyond the humanity.
Wow.
That you not only need to take care of the human beings, you need to take care of
Everybody.
Everybody.
Wow, that's great. What about you, Dr. Saiba? What do you want to say?
I will agree to Dr. Asif, but I guess that it's more of autonomy.
Okay.
I see it in this way.
Okay, that's her opinion, ladies and gentlemen. But let me figure. I'm still figuring. I'm just a little confused over here. So I think that I'm going to partially agree to what Asif Sahab said over here because we as humans are actually responsible for the flora and fauna of this country and of the rest of the world as well. And I think that people out there should actually be responsible citizens. It's very hot out there. You should actually keep a bowl of water or probably anything to feed the birds too as well, because they do not have anywhere else to go. So I think that it's the people who are going to look after them. It's about freedom as well. You eat, do whatever you want to do, because I've seen people captivating birds by just feeding them. So this is one amazing picture. It's one amazing human being who's actually so kind that he's not just kind to the mankind. He's actually kind to all of the creations what Allah has bestowed upon us too as well. That's great. Yeah, Asif sir.
I just want to respond to a question you already asked.
Sure.
Statistically, I just want to prove that You're talking about hygiene and all, because I'm from pharmaceutical industry, and pharmaceutical industry at this point is around 500 billion industry.
Pharmaceutical industry is very tricky, ladies and gentlemen. I've seen them sending doctors to foreign visits as well, just because they were selling their medicines. I'm being
as
honest.
this industry is the part of the country, and so many things are, so this
Yeah.
industry is the part
Yes.
of the country. So it is around 500 billion industry, and out of that, 90 billion belongs to the GI problems we have.
Okay.
That is because of unhygienic conditions, the water, and all that. So GI problems primarily. Second one is around 70 billion is anti-infectives.
Okay.
So the infections we have, the different kind of infections and the self-medication and so many things. So almost 40% of Pakistan pharmaceutical industry is about the GI problems we have
Yeah.
and the infections this nation is going through.
That's
So-
great that you brought this up, but we're very short of time, ladies and gentlemen, and this thing, which is, it has been in my head since quite a lot of time, since I went through an illness myself as well, so I've been thinking about it. I think at times, you can correct me, just it's my own thought, it's not for the people out there, so I'm just going to ask, half of the time I think that these pharmaceutical companies first create all of these infections, and then they create these solutions to those infections as well. Yeah, yes or no?
I don't think so. It might not be the case.
What about you?
We,
Asif?
I don't think that we are we have so much of the research that first we produce.
I
So,
have that.
You might
research,
have, but I don't
and I
think
might
that.
share that with people too as well. But it's not really
And
relevant.
one
with
thing,
the
one thing I would
topic.
like to add that Pakistan pharmaceutical industry, unlike so many other industries, it is one of the growing industry. And if you go back 10 years, the share of MNCs was around, multinational company was around 60%.
Yeah.
And now the situation is reversed. National companies, they have emerged, they're coming up with the quality, they're cost effective, and
They're
doing a
not
great-
cost effective. That's
as
where I
compared
started.
as compared to MNCs.
Okay, as compared
As
to
compared to
MNCs.
MNCs.
Okay, that's
so
great.
they are very cost effective.
But Shahzad, I want to add one
Sure.
thing also. We also need to see this that there are more than 600 registered national pharmaceutical companies in Pakistan, which share market share by volume in the country, and there are only 14 multinational countries in Pakistan which share the market share is by value.
Okay.
So we need to reverse it.
All right.
So once through healthcare mapping we are able to reverse this, then you would be seeing a different concept of this. Like I think that this what I can say, the heart-burning query of yours would be addressed.
Yeah, thank you very much for saying that. Thank you very much for being on our show. It was a wonderful discussion, but we really never had the time to actually come down to a conclusion, ladies and gentlemen. But as of now, what I can see from this distance is that Pakistan is actually going in the right direction, and I think that in years to come, we'll see that there will be a lot of relaxation in different times, in all different types and frames of life as well, ladies and gentlemen. All we need to do is trust our leadership and just move forward. That's it. And questions are always there. We are a democratic nation, so we are always supposed to ask questions. But I'm going to leave you guys a question as well, and you can write to us on our Facebook page with that. But thank you very much for being with us. It's lovely to have you. And yeah, you have to actually take me out for tea because you did help me in the morning. We are friends. So, ladies and gentlemen, before wrapping up this segment, as I said that I think that the infections are actually first brought up and then their cures are brought up. Obviously, that's how it works. But, as of my life story, I've had quite a lot of research on my disease as well, and it says that vitamin B17 is actually very helpful. But it's not approved by the FDA, and it's because of the fact that all of those companies who have invested billions of dollars in research, how do you think that they're going to recover? Obviously from the medicine, which is very expensive. But do you think that this is the right thing to do or not? Please write to us on our Facebook fan page, which is with the name of World This Morning. On Twitter, it's World This Morning without a G. On Daily Motion and YouTube, it's World This Morning. The fabulous repeat is going to be at 11 p.m. tonight. Till the next time, make sure whatever job you're doing, you're honest with that. So I'm going to ask all of these honest questions, and let's see if I get in trouble or not. Look out for yourselves. Good morning.